The Kings are encountering what everyone in the NBA already knows. You can get pushed around on the road. The Kings are 0-2 on the current trip after Penny Hardaway worked his magic Monday night. Tonight, rookie sensation Jason Williams and the Kings are in the city of brotherly love. But there won't be any love in the air as the Sixers' Allen Iverson is eager to show the young guard a few tricks. The Sixers are Iverson's team. He runs the point. He scores the points. Will Jason be able to stop Allen? Find out next. There's a beautiful look at downtown Philadelphia. The Kings are hoping that the city of brotherly love is the answer to getting a W on this road trip. And inside the First Union Center, it's the Sacramento Kings and the Philadelphia 76ers. Tonight's Southwest Airlines game preview. It's in the open. Corliss's calf is feeling very good. He strained it the other night in Orlando. You see the backcourt, Jason Williams, Tariq Abdul-Wahed. For the Philadelphia 76ers, Matt Geiger in the middle, Theo Ratliff, shot blocker, and George Lynch at the other forward spot, and the backcourt, Eric Snow and Allen Iverson. Grant Napier, better look at it in a moment. But the Kings, one of the teams in the league this year that has 3 unis, the home white, and then, of course, the road black and the road purple. Well, Larry Brown, 16th NBA season, and he has done a marvelous job in his tenure, not only in college, but in the NBA. And he's got Philadelphia playing very well right now, Jim, 5-5.
Yeah, he does. He's a turnaround guy. He went in and he helps out, whether it was the Los Angeles Clippers. He did well with the Pacers, did well in San Antonio, obviously at Kansas and UCLA. He's a guy who turns programs around. He's trying to do it in one of the toughest places, which is Philadelphia, but he's done a good job bringing in some good young talent. They're a very young ball club. They're just a little over 25 years old, this starting unit. That's the average age, but we'll see how they progress.
I like the Kings uniforms. We've seen black for the most part. They had half purple, half black for the last 2 years. But very nice indeed, the new look uniforms for the Kings. They'll be wearing them about 10 times this year.
1-1 in the road purple.
Hugh Hollins, Tommy Wood, Ted Bernhardt. And as you look at the teams get ready to jump, both teams have used the same starting lineup for all 10 games this season. And the Kings will have the first opportunity.
That's neat consistency. Both clubs wanting to learn. They know in a shortened season you want to come together very quickly. No time to really experiment. You got to find your starters and then find your rotation.
Weber and Williams. Williams coming off a 2 of 9 shooting performance against Orlando. Weber with some daylight. Oh, no, foul. And Chris Weber will go to the line. Boy, you got to love the way C. Webb saw the daylight and took it strong to the hole.
Absolutely right. We found out a lot about this ball game in one stretch. Watch the way the Sixers come out and aggressively double team. That allowed Weber to come down the lane, and then Ratliff, the best shot blocker in the NBA, comes right at the basket, and Weber attacks him. I like that. Chris Weber not going to back down on anyone.
And he makes the first free throw, which is certainly good news from Sacramento's point of view. The Kings, certainly one of their bugaboos this year has been from the free throw line, but that one falls. And 1 of 2 is C. Webb, but look at Vlade Divac. And so the Kings, Jason Williams from downtown. And Ratliff with the board. Allen Iverson and the Sixers 5-5. Last time out beating the Cavaliers 106-97. Iverson had 37 points in that ball game. His first try is no good, but it's run down by Philly. Now Geiger. And finally Weber had it knocked away, and it's Tariq Abdul-Wahed. Good battle underneath the glass that time. Corliss, and his calf looks just fine. Thank you very much.
Certainly does. He did a lot of that the other night in Orlando, getting to the baseline, then coming into the basket very strong. He's got a lot of good passers out there with him, and he'll get his opportunities. You notice who's guarding Iverson right now. It's Tariq at 6'6". They're going to try to force Iverson out a little bit and force him to beat him with a jumper.
Well, that's a nice jump hook by Ratliff. Weber had good position defensively, and Philadelphia is on the scoreboard. Snow goes for the steal. They clear it out for C. Webb. Here comes the double team from Lynch. Shot clock at 6. Nice patience by Chris Webber.
Real nice to square up that time. No one came to double the second time he got the post-up situation. And when Lynch gave him a little step, boom, he hits the jump shot. Very nice patience.
Sacramento 2 of 3 to start the ball game. Iverson fouled by Tarek. First foul for Abdul-Wahid, first team foul, and Allen Iverson will go to the line and shoot 2.
Iverson kicked his legs out on that jump shot that time, and Tarek just came waving through just to distract him a little, but then did bump his legs, and that is what earns Iverson the free throws. But I'll be interested to see how they use Iverson in this game, because the taller and a little bit more physical Tarek Abdul-Wahid is out there defending against him.
Sacramento has had good luck against Philadelphia, winning 6 of the last 7 meetings. Iverson with one more opportunity. Only in his 3rd season, and certainly one of the emerging stars in the NBA, Allen Iverson. And now they're going to go to some full court pressure. 2 minutes into this first quarter. And a pass stolen, and the Sixers now with numbers. Alley-oop, too high for Geiger, and the Kings got lucky there.
Boy, Iverson gave Geiger a compliment trying to throw him an alley-oop that high. He thought he could go way up there and get it.
Well, again, you know, this is what's been hurting the Kings on this road trip, Jim. Careless passing, and now Snow and Geiger to follow. But that's back-to-back turnovers on 2 careless passes.
2 nights ago, the Kings saw the best team at steals in the NBA in Orlando. Tonight, they're seeing the 2nd best team in steals at around 9 per ball game. It's aggressive pressure for 94 feet. You have to be used to it.
Devonts and Geiger, they know each other's game very well. And Webber, and a 3-second violation called on Sacramento. So the Kings, 3 trips, 3 turnovers, and Philadelphia will get the ball back leading by 1.
That's why they're one of the best defensive teams in the game. They give up just around 83 points per ball game, the Philadelphia 76ers do. This is a ball club that can force you into doing things you don't want to do, and that's what defenses are supposed to do.
Well, to embellish that point, going back to last year, Philadelphia has held their last 13 opponents to under 100 points. Allen Iverson extends the lead to 3.
And Larry Brown believes it's defense that wins championships, and I can find a bunch of people who will agree.
Webber in and out. Oh, nice active tip by Tarek Abdul-Wahid.
I'll see if Tarek gets down low a little bit more. He's 3 inches taller than Iverson and 6 inches, or 6 inches taller rather than Iverson, and 3 inches taller than Snow. Let's see if either of them can try and stop him down low.
So it's a 1-point Philadelphia lead. Iverson drawing some oohs and ahs from the crowd, and a 3-pointer is good by Lynch. So the lead is 4 for the Philadelphia 76ers. Williams off the hesitation. And the Kings almost threw it away. Air ball by Tarek. Hey, back to that penetration by Jason Williams. I think the Kings would like to see Jason go hard to the basket and get himself to the free throw line a little more often.
Very, very good point, Grant. Here's a guy who is quick enough to create for himself, and once he can get into the painted area, only good things are going to happen, whether it's free throws for him, whether it's a scoring opportunity for him, or setting up a big teammate.
Last touch by Sacramento. 16 on the shot clock for Philly. Hey, the next time the Kings win at home, save your ticket stub. It's with a free Carl's Jr. Western Bacon Cheeseburger with a regular beverage purchase. Iverson has range, and he'll go to the line and shoot 3. Tarek comes out his 2nd foul, and now Rick Adelman is going to have to make a choice on the Sacramento bench here. That's one thing he did not want. Tarek, a good defender, picking up 2 early fouls.
Absolutely right. You got a bigger guy who's going to have to leave the floor, and that's going to be tough to defend. Now, it's not bad to contest shots. It is bad to get right up on a guy. And it didn't even look like he was trying to block the shot. He looks like he just got too close, and Tarek cannot afford to do something like that, to pick up 2 quick ones.
Well, coming into the game, Allen Iverson, he's been to the line 83 times, and here he is with 3 opportunities, 12-7. So, you know, we were talking about Jason Williams not getting to the line. You see Allen Iverson, you know, his game revolves around penetrating and getting to the line, taking advantage of the freebies. That one he misses. And again, that's something that rookies will learn, and Jason Williams will learn how to get to the line as the season goes on.
Very good point. And when we did the comparison of rookie years, it was so important for people to understand that in the rookie year, it takes time, especially for Jason Williams. Allen Iverson was asked to be more of a scorer early on. Jason isn't asked to be that way, but you will see some of those numbers come up. He's got some good players that play around him. Those assist totals should go up.
Now the Kings, it comes out to Webber. He's going to tee up a 3 ball. And it's Lynch. He'll start back 1-on-2. Straight at C-Webb. And Webber called for the foul. And Rick Adelman wants a timeout. This team has turned the ball over 3 times. He wants to get this ball club back in flow. It has been a slow start for Sacramento. We'll take the break. Philly on top by 6. This word is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Philadelphia with the lead 13-7. We'll be with you again tomorrow, same time. Should be a good matchup as Chris Webber goes back to Washington for the first time. Mitch Richmond and the Wizards tomorrow at 4 right here on Fox Sports Bay Area.
Well, that will be fun going down there. Hey, how about saying hi to some new people here, huh?
Yeah, Scott Pollard on the right, and the backup point guard now, Michael Hawkins. Hawkins arriving here yesterday. Pollard coming here earlier this afternoon. Both signed. Pollard a backup center. And first look at the 2 new Kings.
You know, Hawkins and Eric Snow, who's one of the guards for the 76ers, are very good friends from school days. They run a basketball camp together.
And Rick Mahorn.
He signed a contract today with the 76ers, and I talked to Byron Scott, one of the Kings' assistants today, and Byron said, boy, if Mahorn's playing, maybe I can get out there and play about 10, 15 minutes per ball game.
He's in his 18th year.
Oh, my goodness.
There's Byron Scott. He looks like he can step on the court and put 20 in the basket, I think.
In much better condition than a Rick Mahorn.
All right, 14-7, and the Kings need to get their offense going. As Coach has been pointing out, Philadelphia plays good defense, and we're seeing it right here.
They're forcing everyone out on the perimeter. Someone for the Kings has to go get the ball.
And you see the defense, and the fans like the effort. Look out, Allen Iverson. That's what defense does for you. 16-7, the Kings trying to come right back. Oh, a double dribble called on Williams. So right now, everything going the way of Philadelphia. 4th Sacramento turnover.
And you know what the official Tommy Wood saw was a change of direction with the offhand that time. Good defensive pressure out on the perimeter. Now look at a 7-footer guarding a 7-footer. When that happens, after the ball comes out, you start running. And Allen Iverson can finish as good as any guard in the game today.
Iverson already with 8 points. Geiger from 15. 16-6, Kings down 10 early. Williams with a pull-up 3 ball. Jason Williams putting out the fire for the time being.
That's good to see. Want to see this team now move into a nice half-court set the next time the Kings get that opportunity.
Now they got the scoreboard corrected as it's a 6-point game. Iverson. Allen Iverson in double figures. He's 3 of 4 from the floor, 4 of 5 from the line.
He's looking too comfortable right now, isn't he?
Williams. And Geiger with the rebound. Barry went for the steal, and Ratliff not able to take advantage. Breakout. Here come the Kings. Barry. John Barry, you know, he does a great job of shielding his body with the defender.
Yeah, he did a great job of identifying that time. Lynch was coming back on a charge, and he was going to contest the shot. Barry saw it, so he got his feet under him and came around the hoop. That was a very smart play by John Barry.
Guy we featured during the open. And you see the block by Weber, and the Kings, again, try to break out. Dangerous pass.
Oh, John can hit that shot.
Yeah, but he turned it over.
Not a good number here in the first quarter on turns.
That's the 5th turnover. And Iverson with a 2-pointer. You know, it's one thing to turn the ball over, but Philadelphia is taking advantage of the Sacramento turnovers.
Yeah, they're creating good scoring opportunities is what they're doing. Whether it's shooting open layups or open jumpers, they're getting clean looks.
Williamson to the hole. And the foul called. And there's one thing about forced turnovers, and then there are unforced turnovers, and certainly those are the ones that definitely bother you.
Oh, yeah, they certainly do. You just don't want to give it away cleanly. In fact, that time on the drive, Corliss, he could have been called with a whistle because he threw that left elbow out. But right now, not looking good in the turnover department. And the Kings have just got to get together in a half-court set. It's early in the ball game. You're not out of the ball game by any means. Settle down, get into a nice half-court set. I wouldn't be surprised if they run a little 4 low, something down for Chris Webber on the post.
Well, Thursday, March 4th, 7 o'clock, Jim Kozimura will be with you on Kings Talk. And you can keep up to date on the Kings in the NBA. That's Kings Talk Thursday at 7 on Sports 1140 KHDK. That's a week from tomorrow.
Boy, no rest for the weary.
No. Workaholic next to me. 20-13. Philadelphia by 7 here in the first quarter as we approach the 5-minute mark. Shot clock at 8. Shot clock at 3. Lynch. And the Kings able to corral.
That's a good defensive stretch. You can leave Lynch out there shooting threes all you want.
Now they have Williamson isolated on the wing. They like the matchup against Lynch, and they'll let him go to work. 10 on the 24. Williams way off the mark. And Divac from 6 feet. Vlade Divac picking up the loose ball, and it's a 5-point game.
Real nice. They got pretty aggressive right there. Maybe not the cleanest offensive set, but they get a hoop out of it. Now you get back and let's see if you get another good defensive stretch.
That's the first basket by Vlade.
Good to see because he's been quiet in the first 2 games of this road.
Oh, backdoor Allen Iverson. Does not get the roll, and Weber again with the fancy outlet pass. Barry is on the wing. And again, John Barry that time passed up a layup to try to make the extra pass.
Well, you talked to him before the ball game, and you asked him that specific question. You said, do you have to look to get your own shot? And this is the perfect example of when he does need to. All right, you're right under the basket that time, and I understand you see quotas for a layup, but go right up. You've got momentum, you've got the ball, go right at the cylinder and attack it.
Well, the Kings do get it back, though. Vlade with the side pop. Good rotation by the big man. He's got 4, and the Kings are right back in it. Down 3, 20-17.
Well, the Kings are a little sloppy, but Grant, they're still in this ball game. A lot of time left in not only the quarter, but the ball game. They've done it with defense. They've been pretty strong.
That's the one thing about Sacramento. First quarter or fourth quarter, as you see Eric Snow, the Kings never feel that they're out of a ball game. They've come back from 17 down in Seattle. They came back from 13 down at Salt Lake City. They came back from double digits at Houston. This is a team that can come back from deficits. Weber, oh, look at the pretty move and the little right-hand flip. Chris Weber with a gorgeous post-up move.
Real nice finish. He sensed where the defense was and made the extra little spin and got loose for the hook.
5 points for C. Webb. Ten on the shot clock for Philly. Now Ratliff, this is a tough shot, and Weber got the best of him. And it will stay Philadelphia ball. It did not hit the rim, so there's only 2 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, Weber is so good with footwork. When he gets the post-up situation and there's no double, well, he's quick enough to beat his man. A late double by Geiger, but Weber made that extra half move and got open for that little jump flip.
22-19, 3:02 left here in the first quarter. Brought to you by AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. Now coming to Sacramento, and Stephon Marbury, first T-Wolf to be named NBA Player of the Week. And when you look at numbers like that, it's easy to understand why.
Yeah, it certainly is. Now, he's going to probably take those numbers, make sure his agent knows him. He's going to go over and talk to the brass with the T-Wolves and see if they can lock in a long-term deal. He's one of the question guys. He might wait until the offseason to see what's out there for him.
Well, the big rumor is Chicago. Hey, just 2 on the shot clock here as you see the score. But again, Philly only has 2 seconds on the clock. Oh, wow. Grant. And boy, did the Kings get a break there, but nobody to get the rebound. Harvey Grant. And a second chance opportunity, and it'll be run down by John Barry. Boy, how did Harvey Grant get that wide open?
And how did he blow it?
Oh, Vlade Divac, if it goes. Snow with the grab foul, and Vlade will shoot 2.
Boy, has everyone noticed how other teams' point guards are getting very aggressive now on Jason Williams? It all starts out front, and Iverson was pressing him up a little bit. Williamson with a nice pass off the wing, and boy, that time the defense had no chance, and that's all you do. You got to grab the guy. Don't let. Wait a minute, are they giving him the free throws? What are they doing?
Got to. There's no question that he was in the act of shooting. Originally, they had said non-shooting. They had a conference, and they got it straightened out.
I've noticed teams getting a lot more physical with Jason Williams. Iverson seems to be up for this one defensively.
Well, Vlade, 4 points, 4 rebounds, and we'll have another opportunity. And again, you know, you hate to keep on talking about it, but you have to. Right now, the Kings are shooting 40% from the line. You can't do that on the road.
That's ridiculous. You're a pro. That's just ridiculous, and there's no other way to state it.
And with that, it's 22-20. Lawrence Funneberg and Peja Stojakovic will come in at the next whistle. Now Grant from the top. And Weber with another rebound. Williams, they have a mismatch defensively. Weber's all by himself, and the alley-oop I'll tell you, can that kid jump? That was not a perfect pass.
No, it wasn't, but guys know if they get it anywhere near the iron, number 4 is going to go up with some of the strongest mitts in the game. And all of a sudden, Grant, even though the Kings aren't playing their best game, you're tied.
Not for long. Oops. Glad you got that one in a hurry.
Yeah, exactly.
Allen Iverson putting on a show early moments. He's got 14, and the Sixers lead 24-22. Williams looking for the crossover on Snow, but Eric stays right with him. Williamson, nice drop step. And Lynch gets it to Eric Snow. Iverson fakes the 3.
Boy, when he wants to score, he does it in a hurry, doesn't he?
John Terry in transition. Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing. I mean, when you see the box score from the other night where he puts in 37 points, it's easy to understand. I mean, he can score, as you said, in a hurry, and the Kings turn it over again.
And that's one of those sloppy, unforced errors. You don't want to just throw it away. Chris Webber has some of the strongest hands in the game. When you take a look at what he does, he can get up in the air so quickly. And when that pass from Vlade came, it was near enough to the iron. All Chris had to do, once he gets his hands on it, forget it. That's a flush. It was a real good job. Hangs on the rim a little bit because he had a defender coming underneath him. Some people might say, hey, that's a technical foul. Nope. Someone, boom, was coming under by the feet. You don't want to get undercut.
Well, the number 1 pick for the 76ers, Larry Hughes, is into the ball game. He works with Allen Iverson. Also, Tim Thomas out there for Philadelphia. Now Grant and Stojakovic. Good to see him back in the lineup. He has been bothered by a knee. Feels much better tonight. Passed too much for Webber. And again, the Kings with their 7th turnover.
Boy, that's tough. Again, try to throw it up high. Good thing Chris Webber is shaking his head saying, hey, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. See, that's a sign of a leader right there. That's what he's doing when he goes over to Lawrence Funderburg.
Well, he's also, I think he told him, hey, shoot the ball. You were wide open. Shoot the ball. You know, Lawrence was 7 of 7 in the game against Orlando. I mean, you like unselfish play to a point. Iverson, Webber reached in, and if it's on C-Webb, we'll wait and see. Vernon Maxwell also into the Sacramento lineup, but it's on Webber, and that is going to be the 2nd personal foul on Chris Webber.
Boy, that's tough to take. Iverson's just so quick, though. When he has that hesitation, you really can't reach in, but big guys aren't quick enough to stay with Allen Iverson.
26-22. Iverson. Wow. Allen Iverson putting on a show here tonight from Philly. First quarter, he is 7 of 10. He's got 18.
Right, no true point guard for the Kings right now, but some guys who can handle it well enough. John Barry and Vernon Maxwell in the backcourt.
Stojakovic from downtown. Welcome back, Peja, after the 2-game absence. Glad to see Stojakovic on the court for Sacramento. And it's a 3-point Philadelphia lead.
No brace on that knee, Grant. That tells me that he's feeling stronger. Maybe a bone bruise, but he's okay.
Shot clock off. Thomas. And it will be 4/10 of a second on the clock for the inbounds pass. 4/10 of a second, and it's got to be just a deflection. Anything other than that, and it's going to be the end of the quarter.
You can't catch and shoot. You don't have time to do that. John Barry's going to want his block shot on that. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. No question.
Go.
All right, 12 minutes in the books. And Philadelphia behind Allen Iverson, leading 28-25. Who's hot? Who's not? Brought to you by Pepsi, a proud sponsor of the Sacramento Kings. Othello Harrington, 16 points, 8.5 boards the last 5 contests. And how about the news out of L.A. today? Del Harris fired as coach of the Lakers. This comes upon the signing of Dennis Rodman. No successor has been named. Could be Kurt Rambis.
Could be Larry Drew. Another assistant coach. Bill Burtko will take over the ball club tomorrow when the Lakers take on the Los Angeles Clippers. A lot of things going on in Southern California. And the Lakers have a lot of questions in their loss last night to Vancouver. Kobe Bryant squeezed off 21 rounds. I don't know if that's what you want out of your offense.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, I'd rather go through the big fella.
28-25. Sacramento started the ball game shooting 3 of 8, but since that point, they've made 7 of 10. Let's set the lineup for you. It's Hughes and Iverson in the backcourt. Geiger, Thomas, Grant, front line. Will set the Sacramento lineup when they touch the basketball. Iverson. Allen Iverson, 20 points. The Again, the backcourt, Vernon Maxwell, John Barry. Stojakovic, who played a couple of minutes in the Minnesota game and then missed the Orlando game, on the front line with Vlade Divac and Lawrence Funderburk. And the whistle, the foul on Philadelphia.
Boy, it almost looked like the 76ers were in a 2-3 zone defense, because Vlade was up high on a high post and caught the pass, turned around, and no one came out to really defend against him. So he just put it to the deck and went right at the basket. Now, I'm not saying that NBA teams play zone.
Yeah. Oh, man, another missed free throw.
Oh, this is ridiculous. This is something that's sad. Rick Adelman's got to be shaking his head. And I know that they work on these things. They had a drill prior to the season where guys jumped up on a baseline.
Right.
And they were tired at the end of practices, and they had to pick a player to hit a couple of free throws, and the coaching staff picked a player to hit a couple of free throws. And if they didn't, they had to run. So they work on these things.
You used the key word there, it's practice. The Kings have had very few practices because of the road schedule, but free throw is something where you got to come out early, work on it, and shoot around if you have to, and get back in the rhythm. Here come the Kings, another careless pass. 3-on-1. Hughes.
Hughes is a scorer off the bench, providing 37% of the bench scoring for the 76ers.
That's 8 Sacramento turnovers. Maxwell set up for a 3-ball. Funderburk, Divac not able to come up with the ball. Iverson, Maxwell trying to get back. Allen Iverson, 2 more, and it's 34-26.
All right, right now it's 5-on-1 is what it is. It's all Iverson and the team in the white jerseys. They've got no one else helping him out. So the Kings are still in it. They just don't have to panic. Nice play by Maxwell.
Oh, wow. I'll tell you, Maxwell got away with a foul there. He clearly ran down Allen Iverson. You hear the reaction from the crowd. Can't say I blame him there. But, hey, you know what? That's a heads-up play by the veteran Maxwell. And finally, Allen Iverson out of the ball game. Here's another look. Watch this body check right there with the free arm. You see the replays tonight brought to you by the Money Store. No question that was a foul on Maxwell.
But I don't mind the contact. I think it's good that a guy goes out and makes some contact with Iverson.
Well, you're seeing what happens is Lynch. Right now, the Kings do not have a pure point guard on the floor. They don't have that pure ball handler, and they're turning the ball over, and that stops the clock. Sacramento got. They must talk it over because it's 36-26. This word brought to you by Southwest Airlines. See the story, Philadelphia with their biggest lead, in Sacramento 10 turnovers already, Jim.
Well, it's all defense, and the Sixers are good, at stealing balls or forcing other teams into other bad situations and then creating scoring opportunities. There's one right there where Iverson, who had been scoring, created for a teammate, and that's one thing this ball club can do. Get out into the open court.
Well, right now it is Allenstown. He leads all scorers, 22 points, and he's getting a breather. 36-26. The story in the ball game, turnovers. 12 points off 10 Sacramento turnovers. And Philadelphia with just 2 turnovers. Little discussion at the scorers table. Anyway, Maxwell comes out of the huddle with Barry, Funderburk, Divac, Stojakovic. Once again, the Kings are going to have to play catch-up. They've had to do it a lot this season. They've shown that they can do it, but certainly it would be nice not to have to rely on coming from double-digit deficits. Philadelphia, though, clearly a much improved team, particularly on the defensive end from a year ago. Barry left open. This is what he does best, and you can see that. That's it. You give John Barry a look, shoot the basketball.
Real nice two-man game. He waited for the guy defending him to go down and double, got his feet set when he got the return pass. Nothing but a catch and shoot.
That's the third three-pointer here in the first half from the Kings. 8 on the shot clock. Good defense by Vlade there. Snow. And Divac with the rebound. Kings break out. Numbers. John Barry trying to draw the foul. There was no contact, and back the other way we go. So end-to-end action here in the second quarter.
You know, without Iverson, the Sixers don't really have a main scorer, a main go-to guy. It's a chance for the Kings to do damage.
Vlade Divac will get back to the line. Vlade 2 of 4 from the stripe tonight. Matt Geiger with the foul.
And real good job by Vlade. He knew he had the one defender, no one doubled, so he went right to the basket. Why no free throws, though?
Beats me.
It must have been on the hand check. That time Geiger had a hand on his back and not the forearm on the back.
Maxwell faking the 3 and penetrates, but he can't roll it home.
Boy, the Kings are getting opportunities. They've got to start to connect.
7-point Philly lead. Barry deflects it out of bounds with 13 on the shot clock.
John Barry overplaying that time, anticipating where the pass was going to come from. Real nice job by a guy who, with his minutes, is doing some very positive things.
Kings basketball brought to you in part by Target. Expect more, pay less. Shot clock at 7. Shot clock at 3. And Funneberg, nice job of boxing out underneath.
And that was good individual defense by Peja that time against Thomas.
Maxwell, a right wing 3, a little bit too strong, and Barry, nice job to deflect it. He got pushed, no foul. Now Barry, another 3, little off balance that time. And it's going to be Philadelphia ball off Lawrence Funneberg.
Boy, Kings had good spacing that time, got a shot, but doesn't seem like anyone wants to take over that scoring situation. Lawrence, as you pointed out, Grant, shot the ball extremely well the other day in Orlando. I'd like to see him try to get a shot opportunity for him.
Philly 50%, Sacramento 1 of 7 here in the second quarter. Jason Williams will check back in a moment. And they're going to call a foul on Vlade Divac.
A little bit of a late whistle, but I think he had a hold with the left arm as he was tapping away with the right arm. So Vlade picks up the personal. Getting pretty physical. You can see down low. He's going to try and overplay on the entry pass here. He's going to poke it away. Came over the top of the chop, and there's where the foul is.
That's the first team foul on Sacramento. Philadelphia stops it. 7 minutes, 47 seconds left. And here in the second quarter, the Sixers enjoying a 7-point lead. Back here in Philadelphia, the Sixers by 7, 36-29. Well, tonight the Sharks finally hit the home ice after a mammoth 10-game road trip. The Vancouver Canucks in town. And you'll see it right here on Fox Sports Bay Area at 7:30.
I got everyone on the Sharks a map of San Jose if they could remember what it's like.
No question. Jason Williams back into the ball game. Snow matched up Jason Williams. Now Geiger. See Maxwell come down to harass. 10 on the shot clock. And out of bounds off Philadelphia.
Well, there are a lot of white jerseys underneath that time. Lawrence Funderburg came over to double. No one else in a purple jersey swung down to rotate. That's why there were a couple of Sixers there. They should have had an easy putback bucket.
Now, one thing about Philadelphia, they rebound the ball very well. They've out-rebounded 9 of the 10 opponents they've played this year. But right now, Sacramento has the advantage by 7 in the rebounding department. Shot clock at 5. Funderburg. Oh, a nice spin move, and he walks. They're going to take it away. Traveling call. Sacramento turning it over for the 11th time. And here comes Philadelphia's Allen Iverson back into the game. Iverson, 9 of 12 floor, 4 of 5 line for 22 points.
Boy, he plays close to 40 minutes per ball game, so you really have to try and make some kind of run when he's off the floor. Now that he's back on, look out. This show might continue.
And again, it's not Williams guarding Iverson as you see Jason on Eric Snow. Lynch got position. Boy, the Kings right now getting beat on the glass. Matt Geiger, boy, that's 3 opportunities for Philadelphia. 38-29, a pull-up by Williams. Good. Jason Williams with a second bomb.
Even the fans here in Philadelphia ooh and ah over this kid when he launches those long ones.
Chris Webber will check back in a moment. Now Snow posting, a lot of bumping there, no whistle. I think Williams got away with a foul. Stojakovic. And the 12th Sacramento turnover. Iverson. And Vlade Divac able to run it down. It's off Philadelphia with 6:10 left. I'll tell you one thing about Philadelphia. If you look at Vlade Divac, they hustle 94 feet up and down the court, don't they? They are all over the loose balls.
Absolutely are. That's why they're such a good rebounding team. That's why they're such a good team at creating the steal, because they're all over you. They really hound and attack. They're not just there with token pressure. They're there with a purpose. They'll force a dribbler in a certain direction. They'll chase over the top of screens. You've got to earn hoops.
And Geiger with the rebound. Well, that's what Larry Brown preaches, and that's why he's been so successful as a coach. 38-32. Philadelphia by 6. And I think with all the comments that we're making in a positive light for Philadelphia, as you look at Geiger, it's only a 6-point game, and that tells me that Sacramento's in great shape, Jim.
Yeah, exactly. They just need a couple of good offensive sets.
Like this right here, Maxwell. Well, he had position. He thought he was fouled. No whistle. Iverson. That would have brought the house down. Blocked by Divac. Here come the Kings numbers. Maxwell. And the foul, and he'll shoot 2.
It's kind of close to a walk there, isn't it, for Vernon? He tapped the ball ahead and then caught it after taking a couple of steps. Either way, you take it, and that time it was good to see that the Kings, once they saw they had a running opportunity, get out and push it. Well, you take a look at the defensive play by the Kings, good block by Vlade Divac, and then they just turn it up the floor and try to run it. That's one thing the Kings should do more, is contest against some shots. Your big guys got to try and block them, and I know what you're going to say here with a free throw.
Well, Vernon Maxwell, you know, your guards got to knock down those free throws. I just think it's contagious. You know, you miss a couple and then boom, it sinks in mentally. Right now, Sacramento 4 of 9 from the line for 44%. Probably cost them the game at Minnesota to start off the road trip.
I know there isn't a lot of practice time because of the condensed season and schedule. I would love for Rick Adelman one day to have everyone come to practice and do nothing but shoot free throws. Maybe that would send the message.
I don't know when the Kings are going to get an opportunity to practice. Maybe Friday in Dallas, but they come back home and they've got back-to-back-to-back, a set of 3 waiting them beginning Monday with Seattle. 8 on the shot clock. Iverson with the crossover, but Maxwell stays with him. Good defense right here by Sacramento. Shot clock winding down. That's a nice play by Weber, not to throw the ball away. Got a little man on him. Now they drop off. Vlade with a 3-pointer.
Big guy shooting a 3. I don't know. Now you got to get back.
Divac's made Iverson change the shot. Look at Jason Williams. Good anticipation. Kings with numbers. Williams from 17. Stojakovic. Weber. Chris Weber staying with it. He's got 9 points and 4 rebounds.
Inside at both ends, it is getting extremely physical. I'll put my money on Chris Weber any day of the week when that ball's down low and someone's got to pick it out.
Both teams only 10 points here in the second quarter, and the Sacramento down 3. Williams looking for the tie. No, way off the mark. Jason now 2 of 7. And you see the push-off. Vernon Maxwell fouling Allen Iverson. That will allow Hughes to come in. Eric Snow will get a rest. Second team foul on Sacramento. First foul on Maxwell. Vlade Divac checks out. Funderburg, Weber, and Stojakovic out there with Maxwell and Williams now. And now Corliss Williamson will make his way onto the court, and Stojakovic will check out.
Boy, the Kings going with Vernon Maxwell for a long time here at that off-guard position. Tarek picked up those 2 early fouls in the ball game. He was defending against Allen Iverson. Boy, the shooting in this quarter not very good for either ball club, and I know both will spin it and say, well, we're both very solid defensively. I know this guy loves to teach the defense. He'd be happy with what he should be happy with what his club is doing defensively, but still the Kings hanging around, Grant.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, and that's exactly right. I don't think the Kings are playing well, and yet they're only down by 3. I think that's a very positive sign for Sacramento right here. And I think, again, you know, early in the season, it is early in the season, but first week, first 10 days, they were riding Chris Weber. Now, I think you come down, get in the half-court set, run the offense through C-Web.
I agree. Get him on what some teams call 4 low, 4 down. But the power forward and a low block and post up. Boy, the Sixers are active after a loose ball.
So they get the new shot clock. Hughes. It's 40-35.
You know, that's 2 shots on that trip up the floor, Grant. The Kings can't allow that.
Now Weber off the fadeaway. Funderburk. And it's off Philadelphia. It'll be Sacramento basketball with 2:57 left and a timeout on the floor. We'll come back here to Philadelphia. The 76ers and Larry Brown on top of the Kings 40-35.
I can't.
Leading Sacramento 40-35. 2:57 left here in the first half of play. Hey, top-ranked Stanford leads the Pac-10. They're marching their way towards the madness. And this week they host the Sun Devils of Arizona State. That's tomorrow at 7:30 only on Fox Sports Bay Area. Well, Chris Webber, you know, only one of 2 players in the league to be averaging 20-plus points, 10-plus rebounds. The other being Shaquille O'Neal of the Lakers. And Chris Webber tonight with 9 points, 5 rebounds. And he's going back to Washington tomorrow night. That's going to be a fun game to be at. We'll have it for you right here on Fox Sports Bay Area. C-Webb also with 3 blocks in the game.
Not bad at all. Good defensive presence. This is what we were wanting, Grant. A nice post up for C-Webb.
And you see the foul called. Ratliff on the personal. Second foul on Ratliff.
Now, I know the Kings would like to have another scorer who is created, but in situations, sometimes you have to go to the well a little bit more than you'd like. I'd like to see C-Webb have a few more touches.
Now Weber. Oh, Funderburk, or rather Williamson with a tremendous job to keep it alive. I'll tell you, that's being active right there by Corliss Williamson.
And you said Funderburk, and you should have for another reason, and that is that he was occupying a defender down low. That enabled Corliss to charge down the lane with not so much the greatest of ease, tabbing home.
That's a high percentage shot.
Yikes.
Larry Hughes above the rim, so it's right back to 5. Maxwell gets the step. Wild layup and the foul from behind. Vernon Maxwell will go to the line. He'll shoot a pair.
Well, real nice lob. You take a look at the half-court set, and execution is you know execution is good when a guy's all alone and it's just a catch and hang, and that's exactly what Larry Hughes had right there.
Second foul on Lynch. 2 free throws for Vernon Maxwell. Hey, King season tickets and ticket packages are on sale now. Whether you're entertaining clients, friends, or family, the Kings have the right ticket package for you. Great seat locations going fast, so order today. For additional information, call the Kings Ticket Sales Office. Area code 916-928-3650. Well, the Kings right now could be leading the game, but because of their free throw shooting, which stands at 45%, they're down 42-37. 1 of 2 for Maxwell. We approach the 2-minute mark here in the first half. 4-point game.
Really feels like Philadelphia's controlled most of the game, but it's still tight.
Iverson, no, and the Kings look to run. And you see the carry, turnover. C-Webb not happy with the call. Well, I'll tell you, when you watch Allen Iverson dribble the ball up court next time, well, that's a good call right there. I mean, there's no question that he turned the ball over.
But I know what you're going to say. Yeah. On Allen Iverson's crossover, he does that same little flip where he turns the ball up and then comes right back over on the cross. And maybe we'll get a chance to see it. C-Webb's got a smile. He was trying to plead his game.
Of course, with Allen, he makes it look a little more graceful than C-Webb did on that play. And the Kings turn it over, but they're going to get a break because they get the rebound. And with the game 42-38, Williams.
Good hustle by Jason.
And now Corliss, wow, give one of those points to Jason Williams.
Yeah, he certainly should. He's not only tapped it ahead to keep it alive, he knew Corliss was hanging out around there, so he slapped it toward him, and he paid for it. He's rubbing his right elbow. He's got a little bruise there. He's got a little strawberry.
42-40. 10 on the shot clock. Now Hughes. Oh, nice smooth by the young man. It's 44-40, a minute left. Let's see if the Kings can get the lead at half. If you're in the numbers, Sacramento's 4-0 when they lead at the break. Now Funderburk draws the double. 10 on the shot clock. And Iverson looks to push. Iverson. And Lawrence Funderburk, nice job of staying with it.
Real good hustle by Lawrence that time. He outfought Geiger.
Kings in a 2-for-1 if they hurry, and it's Maxwell. Oh, that's good recognition by Maxwell. He makes it a 1-point game, Jim. and the Kings should get the ball back.
Absolutely. Now they need a defensive stop right here. Would you believe it's a one-point ball game?
No. I think the Kings are in great shape. I really do. They have not played well, and yet it's 44-43. They've done it because of their three-point shooting.
Wow.
Iverson firing. 10 on the shot clock. Weber. Oh, lucky bounce. Blocked by Thunderberg. And the Kings are going to have it with 8.2 on the clock. Good interior defense there by Sacramento.
Real nice by Lawrence to come over and help and tip that basketball. Now you got a little over 8 seconds. Watch the way Lawrence gets in position. Corliss is the defender, and Lawrence is the help.
Back the other end. Weber, no. Weber, no. So it stays a one-point game. Well, the Kings come back towards the end of that quarter. Allen Iverson putting on a show, 22, although most of those coming in the first quarter. C. Webb and the Kings to the locker room, trailing 44-43.
Looking for some new ideas on how to make...
Three teams getting ready to start the third quarter, going through some warm-up drills. We take a look at the leading scorers. Chris Webber with 9. Corliss chipping in with 7, and Williams Divac with 6, and you see Maxwell and Barry off the bench with 5 apiece. For Philadelphia, Allen Iverson 22. The one-man show, Hughes 8, Lynch 6, Matt Geiger with 4. Well, some other games around the NBA on this Wednesday evening. We check out the scoreboard beginning at Boston. Boston on top of Orlando by 15. Also in the second, Indiana 52, Toronto 31. First quarter, Cleveland 7 better than Detroit, and early second, Miami in Charlotte. Boy, Miami's playing great basketball. Pat Riley's got the Miami Heat playing as well as anyone in the league. You see second quarter, New Jersey 10 up on Portland. Wow. And Seattle, San Antonio, Utah, Denver a little bit later. Well, Allen Iverson, right now he is the Philadelphia offense. Chris Webber and the Kings, 24 minutes left, trying to sneak out a road win before heading to Washington tomorrow.
Well, off the bench, a real hustle guy. Wouldn't mind seeing him look for his shot a little more, though.
Corliss actually was very upset yesterday. He wanted to use the treadmill, but you were on it for such a long time that he had to go work out on a different apparatus, and he was ticked off, he told me.
I set a very big tone down there in the
very
workout room.
Absolutely.
Though. That's the key. Not a lot of guys are willing to step onto that mark after I'm there.
Well, what happens is at the hotel we stay at here in Philadelphia, if you can stay on the treadmill for more than an hour, they reward you by giving you a bright blue blazer.
And then you go off and you serve drinks to people later on that evening. I did that.
All right, you see the Kings breaking the huddle, and Vlade Divac, Chris Webber, Jason Williams, Tarek Abdul-Wahed, and of course Corliss Williamson at the small forward position.
You like the purple uniforms?
Yeah, I do. I like them. Very nice look.
Extremely impressive.
Well, they debuted him in the Seattle game, and they won up in Seattle, so we'll see if it can carry over to tonight. Now, they did wear these uniforms against Minnesota. Oh, Chris Webber. You see the shot chart, the white or the made, the mist or the black, and you see, when he gets the ball near the basket, he's high percentage.
He had 6 in the lane. He made 4 of them. Outside the lane, he didn't hit anything.
And right away, Philadelphia tries to go inside and almost threw it away. Let's set the lineup for you. Iverson, Snow, Lynch, Geiger, and Ratliff. 44-43 as we start this second half.
Tarek's going to chase Iverson again.
Now, Matt Geiger being quiet offensively. That's just his third basket in 10 opportunities. 46-43. They're looking to post up Tarek, but you see Iverson fronting. Now Tarek able to step around and get position. And that's a kick. They'll reset the shot clock. So there's some different strategy to open up this third quarter.
Yeah, because he has the 6 inches. Now, Geiger came in to double team. And if you're going to double team a guard, you do it with a big guy. I really think you should double team with a big guy all the time. If you double team with a small guy coming over, that's like a gnat coming around. It's not going to do too much to stop a pass coming out.
All right, now Webber. They work with Corliss. Webber following up with the big-time jam. 46-45. He is so active around the basket. Now 11 points and 8 rebounds. On his way to yet another double-double. He's done that every game this year but one. 10 on the shot clock. Iverson. And Lynch. So Philadelphia comes out. They hit their first couple of shots.
And it's people other than Iverson which should open some eyes up, because in the first half, Philadelphia had a hard time finding that extra person to score.
Now Williamson from 18. Basket hanging, and Lynch not able to catch up with it. So the Kings will try to take advantage of Philadelphia's 5th turnover.
Chris Webber's so strong inside. He noticed that Ratliff went to block a shot. That's who was guarding Webber. Well, when you leave Chris, he gets to go to the hoop, and he can clean up, and did a very nice job of it.
The double team. And Williamson trying to dribble through a crowd. It's 3-on-1. Oh, look at Williams. Great job to break it up. Now Iverson with a right wing three. Chris Webber. Fans thought there should have been a loose ball foul. And we've got a Sixer down at the other end of the court. Webber from Williams. Yes. And now just getting up Lynch trying to basket hang, and Webber trying to get back. I'll tell you, you got to love the hustle of Webber. He got back but could not stop Lynch, so it's 50-47.
Lynch played possum that whole time.
Offensive foul on Williamson. That's a good point. He did play possum.
Well, now he's calling out right now. He's saying that his neck or a muscle around his left shoulder or neck is a little sore, so he'll come out of the ball game immediately. But boy, he did get hurt, and then got healthy real quick when he had that open layup.
Well, it stays a 3-point game. Harvey Grant in for the Philadelphia 76ers. We're in the third quarter. Philadelphia by 3. Iverson, 18 in the first, been quiet since then. Divac steps in front, can't save, but the shot clock is down to 8.
You know, here in the third quarter, Tark has done a nice job on Iverson. He's given him just the one shot, and he contested it, but he didn't get up on the guy to draw that third foul.
Of course, you remember Tark had 2 early fouls and had to come out of the ball game. Iverson scoots through 3, can't roll it home. Now Snow, Grant side pop. Well, right now, Philadelphia getting 4 opportunities on the sequence.
They're amazing on the offensive glass.
And the foul call. Well, I'll tell you, that's good hustle by Philadelphia. It gets rewarded from the free throw line. Webber has just picked up his 3rd foul.
Amazingly active. They go after the basketball. If they can't get it, they slap it to keep it alive. Very impressed with the youthful exuberance being shown by the Philadelphia 76ers.
Hey, Kings basketball brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. With fares so low, you have the freedom to go places and do things you never thought possible. Fly Southwest Airlines. Theo Ratliff widens the lead to 51-47. Now, the one thing we have not seen yet in this game is that big Kings spurt where they go on a 7-8 minute run where they're just flying up and down the court. And Divac with the rebound. Geiger was having trouble maintaining his balance there.
Yeah, he kept leaning in. Couldn't get the timing of Ratliff's free throw down.
51-47 and a foul away from the ball on Philadelphia. The foul is going to be called on Harvey Grant. That's the first foul on Grant and the first Philadelphia team foul here in the third quarter.
Harvey, a different player than Horace, his twin brother. Harvey likes to go outside and shoot jump shots. Doesn't really get as physical as Horace does. Saw him a couple of nights ago.
But they are similar in the sense that they both wear the goggles.
And I'll tell you, they both cash big paychecks. That's another thing they have in common. Oh, boy.
Oh, nice drive by Divac. I think the whistle was for a possible goaltending, but it went in, so it's
exactly.
All right, 51-49. Iverson blocked by Webber. Iverson, no. And the Kings with numbers. Oh, look at Williams go. Jason Williams with his best move of the night, and we're tied at 51.
You know, Tarek Abdul-Wahed defending against Iverson has been a very good move here in the third quarter. I know he picked up some early fouls, but he's done a good job. Jason Williams out in the open court. Smart play by Webber that time to get in the hands of the guard. It looked like he was going to lose it going up that time, but he was able to control it enough to flip it off the window.
Iverson has missed his last 9 shots throws that one away, and Williams runs it down, and the Kings will look for the lead with just over 8 minutes left here in the third. Williamson, a little beyond his range. That's not a good shot by Corliss. And look out, Iverson. And he can't catch up with it. Well, the Kings get lucky. And again, that's a little outside of Corliss Williamson's range at the other end of the court.
Absolutely right. And you got to get back defensively. The Sixers will run selectively. That time they knew they had a man out front. They just missed him.
And again, I think that's what Rick Adams has been saying to his team. You know, settle down a little bit. Don't force it. Let's see what they do here in the half-court set. Tark. And he's fouled. Well, the officials letting them play, but that definitely was the bump and the foul called on Eric Snow. Tarek Abdul-Wahed will go to the line and shoot two. It gives me an opportunity to tell you that the WNBA and the Sacramento Monarchs are back for another exciting summer of women's pro basketball. Be sure and check out the new and improved season ticket packages. They're on sale now. Call area code 916-419-WNBA and become a Monarchs member today. Well, the Kings get the lead from the line. Well, in and out. Sacramento 7 of 14 from the stripe. Geiger. Now, nice hustle. And Tark. Williamson trying to keep it alive. Iverson. And a whistle. And it looks like it could be on Vlade Divac. He's not happy with the call. Oh, nope, they're going to call it on Tarek Abdul-Wahed.
That's a tough one. Tarek did a good job of turning direction. He actually spun around 360 and caught up to Iverson through the lane and did a good job contesting the play. You see him turn 360 and come through. Let's see if he leaned in on him. Boy, I've seen more physical play in this ball game tonight.
That's a good point. Tough call. All right, Iverson's been cold. And he remains cold. Boy, that was terrible, and it's off Philadelphia. Will be Sacramento basketball.
Hey, well, Tarek has done a real good job here in the third quarter. Let's give him some credit.
Timeout, Sacramento. 7:12 left in the third, and the Kings have the lead. This word is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Here in the third quarter, 52-51. And be sure and keep it right here on Fox Sports Bay Area, because coming up next, it's Fox Sports News. Well, Allen Iverson, you're right. I think Tarek's been doing an outstanding job on Iverson, but at the same time, Allen's lost a touch. You see no field goals in the last 16 plus, 0 of 10 for Allen Iverson after hitting 18 in the first quarter.
And no one else on Philadelphia has been able to take over as a scorer.
Weber and Divac. And the foul. Nice, crisp pass from C. Webb to Vlade Divac. Two big men running the floor.
And that's the advantage of having big guys who are very agile and can handle the basketball. Both of those guys can do it. And that time, Weber was able to pound the dribble into the front court. He's a good passer, but he can also handle, and that earns free throws.
Vlade Divac to shoot two. Vlade tonight, 2 of 4.
I don't get it. You miss that many free throws is ridiculous.
Oh, unbelievable. That is truly unbelievable. Now, Kings are now shooting 43% from the line. 7 of 16.
But the Sixers don't want to take advantage of it.
No. Ratliff open, top of the key. They'll give him that shot. But, hey, he hits it. But still, that's all right if he's shooting the basketball.
You're right. He's the right guy to shoot that open shot about 17, 18 feet away from the hoop. I don't think that's what the Sixers want.
Philadelphia with the lead back. Weber. 8 on the shot clock. The double by Lynch. No contact. Weber can't believe there's no whistle. 4 on 1. And Allen Iverson. Well, I wonder how his teammates feel there. And not, you know, taking it hard when he had 3 open guys, but he did make the basket. Williamson with the nice spin. Tarek to keep it alive. Weber. Chris Webber's not going to miss those, and it's 55-54.
And you mentioned Tarek keeping it alive. He came flying through and just batted it up there off the glass. That's a real good play by number 9. He's been hustling very well here in the third, and he should be well rested. Only played a couple minutes in the first half.
Iverson's got 24. Williams getting physical. You see the pick by Ratliff. The pick and roll. And Philadelphia throws it away.
Well, you see, they get it out of Iverson's hands, and then they have some problems. They have trouble trying to finish.
Under 6 minutes left here in the third. And the turnover, Sacramento with the miscue. 3-on-1, Iverson. That's 17 Sacramento turnovers, 57-54. 19 points for Philadelphia off the 17 turnovers. Williamson has position. And a loose ball foul on Tarek. That's his fourth. Fourth foul on Abdul Wahed. Geiger's coming out, Grant in, and Rick Adelman probably is going to have to go to the bench here. He really doesn't want to because he says, you know, Tarek's been doing a nice job on Allen Iverson.
Absolutely has. In fact, a couple times that Tarek hasn't been there defending, that's when Iverson's gotten his couple of hoops here in the third quarter. Now, the Sixers have gotten a little bit more streamlined, taking Geiger out a little bit quicker. Grant, Ratcliffe, and Lynch on that front line.
Baseline left, Lynch. 59-54. Well, Sacramento's lead did not last long, and now it's Philadelphia by 5. Williamson with some daylight. He'll shoot 2. Foul on George Lynch. That's the 4th team foul on Philadelphia. Lawrence Funderburk in. And Vlade Divac's out. Well, let's see how Corliss fares from the line. He's 1 of 2 tonight. Not a good free throw shooter.
Corliss looked aggressive that time when he got the ball on the perimeter because Philadelphia is aggressively double teaming certain situations, and that time in the double team defensive set, Corliss was left open. He got the ball in charge right to the basket.
Corliss comes in shooting 62% from the stripe. Nice job there as he knocks down both, and it's 59-56.
You almost want to give a guy a medal right now when he hits 2. Kind of like a badge when you're in the Boy Scouts. You get a badge for certain things. You get a badge for hitting your free throws.
It has been that bad. Snow and Iverson, backcourt. Ratcliffe, Grant, Lynch, front line. Ratcliffe with the jump hook over Weber. 61-56. Weber from 16. Now it's Iverson. And the whistle is going to be called. Lawrence Funderburk with the foul is first, and the 4th Sacramento team foul.
I think Iverson knows that Tarek has the 4 fouls.
Yep.
He's starting to look a little bit more aggressive. I know Tarek wasn't defending him that time. See if Iverson tries to get a clear out or get something going for himself.
Doesn't get any easier tomorrow night for Tarek. He's got to guard Mitch Richmond.
That is well worth watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
12 on a shot clock. Iverson with the runner. Allen Iverson. And all of a sudden, Philadelphia opening up the 7-point lead at 63-56. Iverson, 12 of 25, 4 of 5 from the line. He's got 28.
Little delay of game right there on Philadelphia. The second is a technical foul.
Williamson. And Funderburk stumbles, but Weber too hard off the window. And the Kings right now cold. Williamson with the hustle play. Corliss. Well, he had the hustle play, but missed the runner with the right hand. Well, very quietly tonight, George Lynch has chipped in with a double-double. 12 points, 10 rebounds. Hughes. Williamson, nice job of boxing out. Weber, he's got help far side. It's Tarek. And it counts. Put it in the book and send him to the line. Tarek Abdul ahead from Chris Weber. And with 3:05 left, Tarek to the line. Another look.
That's a first-rate fast break. Now, that's the only time the ball hits the floor. There's a pass, there's a pass, there's a dunk and a foul, there's a happy guy at the end of it, too. That's a pretty fast break off the rebound. Guys running, filling lanes. And this team has such good passers all over. How many times you see the outlet at midcourt go to a 6-foot 10-inch power forward? That's how good this Kings team is.
And they make the free throw. 63-59. Now Sacramento now over 50% from the line. Let's see if they can keep it going. They're 10 of 19. Iverson calls out the play. He wants the pick set. 10 on the shot clock. Nice pass. Well, that was a nice job of executing that set by the Philadelphia 76ers. Larry Hughes, the recipient. 65 to 59. Weber. And he comes in and draws the foul. They'll shoot 2 when we come back because the Philadelphia 76ers are in the penalty. 2:32 left, third quarter, timeout. Sixers leading by 6. Brought to you by AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts, now coming to Sacramento. Allen Iverson, 28 points, 7 assists in the zone tonight. Right now, the Sixers leading by 6. There's a look at the young man out of Georgetown.
He can score when he gets his opportunities, but Tarek has done a nice job against him in the third quarter. Most of his points have come when Tarek wasn't defending him, whether it was transition hoops or caught in a switch.
Well, a group outing at a Kings game may be perfect for your business, school, church, or teams. Groups of 20 or more receive preferred seating and special benefits. Call the Kings Ticket Sales Office at 928-3650 for more information. C. Webb, 15 points, 11 rebounds, 4 blocks, 2 assists, doing it all. Let's see if he can make 2 here. Close the gap.
Let's see if he can make 1 here and close the gap. You're getting a little irritated right now, aren't you?
It's frustrating watching the missed free throws. Hey, it's just, I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's near impossible to win on the road in the NBA when you shoot below 50% from the line. Sacramento right now is 10 of 21. Oh, look at the athletic play. Iverson, the Hughes, and the fans like it here in Philadelphia.
They've got athletes. I know they work hard defensively, but in a couple of years, this team's going to be throwing big points up on the board because of their athleticism.
Weber almost had it taken away. Shot clock winding down. Weber, Williamson. Boy, Corliss having a tough go here in the third quarter from in close. And again, I think you got to give some credit to Philadelphia defensively. They are aggressive. Fans appreciate the effort.
They sure do. They don't give you an open look. They don't make it easy on you. They force you to start your offense too far out. That's tough to get a good, clean, open look near the hoop.
Well, Mr. Sparkplug himself, John Barry, goes to the table. And the Kings down 8, start up. Jason Williams, tough-looking 3. And Iverson, he's got Hughes with him. This is athleticism. Rick Adams wants a 20-second timeout. Just like that, Philadelphia by 10. Fans like the effort as they come to their feet here in Philly.
Well, athleticism is something we're talking about with the Sixers club, and timing is good. The young guys know about one another early in the season, and that enables Hughes on timing to just run at the cylinder. When he made his cut is when Allen Iverson threw that pass, and it results in a hammer. Good young athletes on this Philadelphia club.
All right, they've just changed it to a full timeout, so we'll take the break. Sixers by 10. By 10. Final moments, third quarter. John Barry is coming to the game with Vernon Maxwell, Weber, Funderburk, and Stojakovic. Weber. Weber right now having trouble buying a basket. Now Iverson, alley-oop again. Oh, boy, they love it here in Philadelphia, and they should.
That hoop means more than just 2 points because it means some momentum. The second time in a short period of time that Phillies use their physical athleticism to get to the hoop. Now, here's some physicality going on down here.
Maxwell, who played with Philadelphia several years ago, getting tangled there. The officials step in to break it up.
Remember, Maxwell, wasn't he a member of the Hornets last year? Geiger was there. They were teammates for a little bit.
That's exactly right. Good point. Well, Allen Iverson, here he comes again. He's got 6 assists here in the third quarter.
Just amazing. How about the timing with Hughes? This young guy is really impressing people with his athleticism, but it's all because everyone looks at Iverson. See how Page has to really come out and respect him because he's a scorer. The minute he took that step up, boom, the pass got flipped up into the air and an easy dunk.
Well, Vernon Maxwell called for a technical foul, so they're going to come down to the other side of the court and shoot first. Kings got to be careful here. I mean, again, we have chronicled their fact that they can come back, but when you're asked to come back time and time again, it's just too difficult.
Yeah, it certainly is. And this late in the third, when just a couple of minutes ago you were right in that 5-point range, and then now all of a sudden it's double figures that you're behind. Well, that's trouble.
Well, the technical makes it 72-59. Now Vernon Maxwell will try to answer at the other end. Sixers right now on a 9-0 run, trying to close out the quarter. Right now up by 12 points.
Rick Adelman, he's seen his team come back before. I'm sure that he'd rather they stayed in ball games or were on the other side. I'd like to see them at times extend when they get leads, like a couple of nights ago in Orlando. 12-point lead, and they let it slip away. Yep. I don't think they understand the killer instinct yet, but they're young.
Vernon Maxwell, one more. I think it's safe to say if the Kings are going to come back and win this game, they can't miss any more free throws. Now Sacramento from the line, 11 of 23. That checks out to 47%. 72-60. Knocked away with 12 on a shot clock.
Good, real good rotation that time by Funderburk to knock it away, and I think a lot of Kings are happy to see that guy sit down and rest.
Yeah, 30 points for Allen Iverson.
You know, he was seated next to a pretty good point guard, Mo Cheeks, who's an assistant coach with the Sixers.
Funderburk knocks it away.
There you see. Yep, exactly. One of the greats. And here in Philadelphia, they love him. A lot of people felt that he was the reason this team was so dominant in the early 80s when they won their NBA championship.
5 on a shot clock for Hughes, so he does the pull-up. And he hits. Well, he's a good-looking rookie as well. Larry Hughes having a huge game. He's got 18 points on 8 of 11 shooting. Kings are in trouble right here. 74-60. Well, they need a basket big time before the horn. Loose ball and a jump ball. Barry and Geiger roughing it up a little bit. Well, I'll tell you right now, Philadelphia in front of their hometown folks, getting the crowd juiced up here on some good aggressive play.
And I'll tell you, it is a blue-collar town, and they like seeing blue-collar work out on the floor. They love it in all their sports. And here you see a big fella, 7-footer, getting down and getting the ball. He went to swing around to go after the basketball, and he threw that elbow towards John Barry. And then when he gets up, he kind of throws his shoulder at him. Geiger's a big, strong guy.
I'll tell you, with the way the Philadelphia Eagles have been playing across the parking lot, they better give Matt Geiger a call. I think they could use him.
Absolutely. He's tougher than a lot of the Eagles are.
Yeah, no question.
And he gets a little whistle and a technical foul, maybe for swinging an elbow.
Well, John Barry, well, you know what? When he starts missing free throws, you know you've got a problem.
Yep.
That's contagious. I mean, John Barry, he just doesn't miss free throws. .8 left. Boy, look at the numbers there, Coz. 11 of 24 for Sacramento.
The Kings have missed more than Philly has attempted.
Yep.
That tells you something.
Well, Geiger with the big advantage here on the jump ball, obviously.
Geiger's going to try to tip it long. He just gave Hughes the high sign as if to run after it. Just sprint up court.
7-1 against 6-5.
There it is.
Hughes. And the quarter comes to a close. Right now, all Philadelphia, the Kings had the lead at 52-51, but from that point, the Sixers have burst down to a 14-point lead. We'll be back. Philadelphia with their biggest lead of the game at 74-60. 12 minutes of basketball left. And the numbers in the third quarter certainly not favoring Sacramento. Philadelphia 14 of 24 for 58%. Sacramento at 33%. And the Kings right now in a hole, down 14.
Well, now, what do? You get back in some defense. You bring in a guy like Page who can stroke from the outside. Vernon's got to stay aggressive in the ball game, but I'd like to see him look to get a couple of shots out of Page. He can bang a couple of those down. It's going to open up an inside for Chris Webber to work, and the Kings have some distance to make up.
You know, Coach, at halftime I said if the Kings can cut down their turnovers and make free throws, they'll win the game. Well, they haven't been able to do those two things, and Weber misfiring on the team's first possession of the fourth, and they're going to call a foul. If it's on Weber, it's his fourth. We'll wait. Now it's on C. Webb, his fourth. But Jim, you know, again, 18 turnovers, 45% free throw shooting, and that's been their bugaboo here tonight from Philadelphia.
Yeah, you just can't live against an aggressive team like this, and I'm impressed by what Larry Brown has put together on the floor. He's gotten this entire team to believe in the defensive scheme, and to get a young team to do that is sometimes tough. He's done a great job.
Things don't get any easier tomorrow. Rod Strickland and Mitch Richmond await the Kings. Out of bounds, the Kings will get it back. And, of course, Washington not playing tonight. I'm sure watching this ball game.
You think there's a better backcourt, Strickland and Richmond?
No.
I don't know if I can name one right now.
Now the Kings turn it over for the 19th time. Now, with that said, though, Washington with a losing record, and still they're not gelling as a team, but certainly the talent is there. There's no question about it. Lynch. A foul called. He'll shoot two. And you have to say that Mitch Richmond right now is the best shooting guard in the NBA. Rod Strickland, an all-star point guard. So, yeah, I'd have to say they're the best.
Yep, a wonderful twosome back there, but they do need to learn each other. And it's tough for them because it's the short season. They've added a couple of new pieces this year. Strickland didn't come in right away into camp, so it might take them a little longer to come together, but if they do, they could do damage.
Well, Chris Webber now has 5 fouls. A lot of Divac will come in.
Well, that's going to hurt because when the Kings have come back this year, Grant, it's when they've gone through Webber.
That's right.
And that post-up situation, and he's either scored or set up teammates. Now they need Vlade to do that.
75-60. Good defense by Eric Snow to deflect it. Hey, some guests appearing on Kings broadcast receive gift certificates from Tower Records Video and Books, where you'll find a difference of selection every day till midnight.
Geiger and Vlade are really beating each other up there trying to get position. Geiger really pushing out. It's a good call on the reaching from behind.
Absolutely. Geiger with his fourth foul. I beg your pardon, third foul on Geiger. First team foul on Philadelphia.
You're looking at $19 million worth of center right there combined.
Absolutely. And look where Charlotte is this year.
Saving $19 million.
Peja, Kings need some threes. They'll take a 2, though, if they can get it. And it's Bunneberg. No, Divac, finally. Well, that stops the drought. And it's a 13-point Philadelphia lead.
And they're staying aggressive. They're keeping it alive. Now, you got plenty of time right here. You get a couple of stops and hit some shots. You got it close and you got a game. Oh!
Yep. The foul called on Lawrence Bunneberg. Free throws upcoming. Second foul on Lawrence Bunneberg. Here's another look.
Let's see if Lawrence gets him on the body this time as he comes over. He just wants to defend against the shot that time. He puts his arms up and makes it tough for Hughes to try and power through it. That was close. Maybe a little body, but boy, it sure wasn't a lot of body.
That's the third team foul on Sacramento. Hughes misses the first. Allen Iverson and Theo Ratliff back in. Matt Geiger comes out. Now, one thing that Larry Brown has done with this Philadelphia team, I mean, the fans that come to the game, they're getting the effort every night. You know, you could not say that in years past here with the 76ers.
You're right.
Career high for Larry Hughes. He's got 17. Jason Williams back in, 76-62. Give and go. Oh, the defense by Ratliff. 66 straight games with at least one block.
He punished that ball. You can't go out soft against Theo Ratliff. He'll go up there and he will just slap it away.
Hughes. 76-62. Kings running out of time with 10 minutes left. They got to make it happen. Divac. Ball's just not falling. Sacramento shooting 35% from the floor. Barry.
You know, no one scored 100 points yet this season against the 76ers. And that speaks volumes about what their defense does. Look at that. Oh, bunch of guys, everyone after the ball.
And now Iverson and Williams with the foul. Not only knowing this year, dating back to last year, it's now 13 straight games that the Sixers have not allowed 100 points. Timeout on the floor. 9:18 left here in the final quarter. Sixers with the lead. This word's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Junior game summary. Allen Iverson, 30 points, 9 assists. Free throws not happening for Sacramento on this road trip. Third quarter shooting in favor of Philly. Chris Webber, 15, 11, and 4 blocks. Allen Iverson. And the Sixers looking for their 6th win of the year against 5 defeats.
Not many more exciting point guards than that guy right there, Allen Iverson. I know, Grant, you were going for that haircut. You wanted to get that haircut prior to the lockout ending.
I tried and could not get in. They were too busy.
It's a popular look. All the kids are wearing it.
Not all the kids. I can tell you they're too close to my house. Stojakovic. And a fast break basket. We haven't seen many of those from Sacramento here from Philadelphia. 76-64.
You know, 12 points isn't that far away.
Nope.
All right, again, a little defensive stop here. All right, that's it. Push him away from the hoop.
Now McKee. Lynch. And Peja comes down with it. Let's see if the Kings can get another fast break opportunity. Webber playing with 5 fouls. And he's fouled by Lynch. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And again, you know, if you can make free throws, and again, that's a huge if, but you can score with the clock stopped, so you get yourself back in the ballgame.
Real nice break that time. You see what you have around you. It's kind of a semi-break, a little pump fake, and then you get to the baseline. But a lot of white jerseys running towards the basketball. Philadelphia is not going to let you get a nice, clean, open look at the hoop.
Chris Webber, 76-65. Chris Webber now 15 points, 11 rebounds. 10 double-doubles for Chris Webber this year. This the 11th ball game. All right, now the Kings in striking distance. Plenty of time left at 76-66. Don't go away just yet. Now the pick by Ratliff.
Good rotation by Webber.
Ratliff. Lynch. Well, that hurts when you get a good stop defensively, but nobody put up a body on Lynch.
Clear the miss. Yeah, you can't give second shots.
Funneberg, no need to worry about a second shot there. And again, 10-point lead for Philly.
Kings are spreading the floor out offensively. I like that. Let Jason work a little bit, see if he can break some people down.
Now Aaron McKee. Good defense by Stojakovic. Going to call it a kick, so they'll reset the shot clock.
Been impressed with Peja. A couple times he's played well on individual defense, and everyone says that's the area he needs to work on.
Tell you what, there would really be a boost if he can get that hot touch going here for a couple of minutes. Now Lynch, Webber's playing with 5. He's got to be careful.
Lawrence tried to come over to help out that time, but that's good identification by the 76ers.
Now Lynch with a season high 17 points, 13 rebounds. Kings get sloppy, 80-68. Now Peja's going to need help here. Iverson sees that. And Lynch took it away from Funneberg. Well, right now Philadelphia wants it more, out hustling the Kings, and it's 82-68.
Off the miss, 3 white jerseys at the offensive glass. That's amazing the way they hustle that way.
Now Webber, side pop. 7 minutes left. Kings down by 12. They're using a lot of the clock here. Now the pick and roll. McKee. This time the Kings control.
That's good. Give McKee that open jump shot. He hasn't played much tonight.
Peja. And he walked. That was a good setup by Barry, but Peja shuffled his feet. Timeout. 6:29 left, fourth quarter, and the turnover. The ball goes back to Philadelphia when we come back.
value package. The 99 Corolla CE comes with power windows, power door locks, and air conditioning. So you and your friends will be a lot more comfortable.
Hey, we can fit 2 more in here, come on!
Last year it was a trip to the Final Four, but this year they have their sights set on an even bigger prize. Mike Montgomery and the Stanford Cardinal are ready to mount a charge toward the next.
Philly leading 82-70 with 6:29 left in the ball game. Hey, following the game, it's Fox Sports News. And the big news of the day, Del Harris fired as Lakers coach. They'll have the wrap on that. The Sonics with the Texas two-step. They move into San Antonio after losing to the Rockets last night. Highlights of that contest and Marcus Johnson, Fox Scope.
Hey, that was disco cam right there. This guy's going crazy. He's enjoying it, taking his shirt off, flexing. He's got some real nice moves, actually.
Wow. Yes, indeed. All right, the Kings on defense, down 12. Iverson. 32 for Allen Iverson. Be surprised if he's not player of the week after putting 37 on the board the other night against Cleveland. Williams from downtown.
Good box out by Philadelphia. 4 guys surrounding the bucket.
Now Iverson. Good passing, and it leaves McKee open. Well, right now it's all Philadelphia. They're 5 minutes, 40 seconds away from sealing their 6th win of the year. Again, good defense. I'll tell you, it's easy to see why Philadelphia does not give up 100 points when they come out and play. Snow. Jason Williams. Oh! If you didn't like that, you don't like NBA basketball. Oh, boy. You hear the oohs and ahs from the crowd here in Philly. Oh, that's showtime, isn't it?
Boy, they love it here in Philadelphia.
That was unbelievable. And the fans seeing it on the scoreboard again. Some more oohs and ahs.
You need to see it twice to appreciate it. It's so good.
That's unbelievable. Iverson. .72. Lance Funneber. 4:40 left. Kings can't trade baskets here, though. I mean, Jason Williams, I mean, he does things that we have never seen before in our years of covering the NBA. I've never seen anybody do that. The late Pistol Pete Maravich could do that.
Ernie DiGregorio
Yeah,
did
that's
some
a
very
very
good
good point.
things, too.
Boy, what a great team that was with Buffalo. Bob McAdoo and Ernie D. Jack Ramsey coaching up there.
Randy Smith.
That's right. Don't forget about Randy Smith. Funneber. Barry. Oh, look at this to Weber. Now the fans love that. Peja. That's all right. He gave up a 2 because he knew Peja was going to hit the bomb.
Chris wants an assist on that one. That's what he wants.
Well, I'll tell you, they get 3, and Larry Brown stops it with 3:58 left. 88-77. Some Showtime basketball will come back as you look at Jason Williams again.
Well, you want excitement in NBA basketball? Jason Williams has provided it through the first 11 games of the season. Now, do you believe that little behind-the-back flip? I'm not sure you do believe that behind-the-back flip. Let me see if we can see that thing again. That is unbelievable. Coming right back at you. Looks like a behind-the-back pass. Nope. And then over Theo Ratliff, the best shot blocker in the game. He's not afraid to attack that big 6'11" big fella. That's a great play by a rookie.
88-77, it really is. Oh, the backdoor cut stolen by Barry. So the Kings still breathing. They got to come up with a big basket here. The double on Williams. Weber. Chris Weber making sure that one didn't bounce off the back of the iron. 88-79. The question is, do the Kings have enough time left? The answer is yes with 3.5. Can they get some stops defensively? Well, Iverson drawing a crowd and kicks it to Grant, coming right down the heart.
And Weber can't contest too much because he's got the 5 fouls. That means Philadelphia can get more aggressive inside.
Now Williams. Jason Williams. And offensive foul. That's a shame because that's what Jason Williams needs to do. He needs to create, get to the line, but it's going the other way, and I'm not sure I agree with that call.
Not good at all. We've seen Iverson pull that type of move. This guy's so good individually off the one-on-one move this time. Now Snow's riding him the whole way, the whole time, and he had his arm actually held by Snow that time as he was going up, and they're calling that a push-off.
That's too bad because the basket went in, and that would have given Williams a 3-point play. Turnover number 23 for Sacramento, but I like the aggressiveness there by Williams. He has not gotten to the free throw line yet tonight. He's got to get to the line. 3 seconds or travel. 2:38 left. Hey, there are still tickets available for home game number 4 against the Sonics Monday. For tickets, call Ticketmaster or stop by the Arco box office during regular business hours. Kings need some 3-pointers. There's Williams. Stojakovic. Oh, look at that. Funderburk has a man all over him. They're going to call a jump ball. Funderburk and Ratliff.
Oh, that's tough because Theo was over the top that time, and Lawrence had the position inside. Good job by the Kings to spread the floor. They get an open look at a 3 and 8. Page is right on target, just a little short. Now, you see a guy come over the top. That's got to be loose on Theo Ratliff.
Funderburk talking to Ted Bernhardt about the lack of a foul call there. All right, Ratliff and Funderburk, 2:20 left. I think Funderburk may be bleeding a little bit. No surprise, he was just crunched to the floor.
A little infectious contact. They'll come over and right on the elbow.
Yes. The 22nd timeout call by Sacramento. So Lawrence Funderburk will get the bandage on and then shoot, or rather go to the line and jump it up.
Good hustle late in the ball game.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know if there's such a thing as a long flight to D.C., but if the score remains the way it is now, it is going to be a long 30 minutes when the Kings board that airplane. See the Sixers with just 16 in here in the 4th, but they had such a big lead going into this quarter that they're still up by double digits.
Kings have done a good job of getting out of the shooting ball games. They've played very well to start ball games, but it's the 3rd quarter that's given them a problem. That's the 1 quarter that they've been outscored consistently in ball games.
Well, my statistician makes a great point here. The Kings need Allen Iverson to score 6 more points because Iverson, when he scores 40 or more points, the Sixers are 0-7. But, right now, I'm very impressed. This is the first time we've seen Philadelphia, obviously. I'm very impressed with their team defense. I mean, they play hard. They play good team defense. They're a physical team, and certainly Larry Brown's got this team right now playing very well. A win here tonight, they'll go to 6-5, and the Kings right now finding out that this long road trip can be difficult as the ball's out of bounds, and it's off of no. I think they might do it again. Now all of a sudden white ball.
How can that be?
I don't know. That's
Ratliff's tapping it backwards. Funderburk's tapping it backwards. The ball goes into the backcourt out of bounds, or into the defensive end out of bounds.
If you don't know, re-jump it.
Exactly.
There's the officials were all standing around, and then Hugh Hollins. So we take a look at the newest member of the Kings, Michael Hawkins. I think it's good here to get him a couple of minutes.
Yeah, real nice to give him those minutes against Allen Iverson. Thanks, is what he's saying.
And Mohammed is in for Philadelphia. And here he is. Mohammed just in. 92-79. Barry dribbled it off a sneaker. Turnover. Number 24. 92-79. And the foul. Well, it looks like Sacramento's going to fall to below 500. We'll go to 5-6 as Rick Adelman's clearing the bench now. Jerome James will come in.
But everyone knew this was going to be a very difficult trip for the Sacramento Kings. I think some expectations got a little higher than they would have been because of the 5-3 start.
Absolutely.
Now you take a look at a club that still has to finish a trip. You've got a game in Washington, they're a beatable ball club, and you finish up in Dallas, a beatable ball club. Now the tough part is Washington is resting tonight. Dallas will be resting before the Kings have to play them on Saturday. But those are winnable games, and if you get those, all of a sudden, you're right back to 7-6, and the feeling is good. So you can't let your head hang too deep right now, or this road trip can get away from you.
No, I agree with you. Well, Scott Pollard making his Sacramento debut. Now we'll get the scorecard out as wholesale substitutions. Casey Shaw is in for Philly. 94-79. And a foul. Hawkins pumped. Third team foul. They want Rick Mahorn to come in. And Rick Mahorn comes up to shake the hand of Allen Iverson, give him a little pat. Now Allen Iverson, a great ball game tonight. 38 points, 10 assists. 94-79. Now Pollard, a little bit short. Now short, throws it away, and Barry, foot race. Stojakovic with a left wing three. Oh, he's had a couple of tough misses tonight. Pacers just 3 of 9 shooting. Now the Kings had the lead momentarily in the third quarter, 52-51. But from that point on, Philadelphia just went off to the races.
Yeah, they certainly did. They triggered it with a defensive side. Their bench did a good job when they came in. I really felt that when Iverson went to the bench, that the Sixers would have a hard time keeping the lead, but they did a good job. Good job by Jerome James right there.
24-second violation.
Hey, I like the hustle of Jerome James.
I
the
do
big
too.
fella's body's getting in a better condition.
That's right.
He works hard if he's not getting minutes. I really like what Jerome James has given his ball club.
I felt bad for him yesterday. As you look at Allen Iverson, he was in the weight room too. And he was on this bike, and you know, the seat didn't go up high enough. He looked like a big guy on a tricycle, but he was still getting the bike. You know what? He was still getting the work in. He was still getting the work in, and you got to like the effort there. He knows what he has to do. He wants to get down to 295, and look at that right hand jam. And this kid's got a lot of potential.
Real good stuff.
Well, the Kings' season low this year is 82 points. Right now they have 81. 94-81. And it won't go for Mohammed.
Good defense by Jerome James that time in the pivot, forcing Mohammed to kind of shoot a tough little fall away that time.
Shot clock off. And Mohammed won't go. Now Barry thought about the three. Stojakovic 15 feet away. And that will do it. Final score tonight, Philadelphia 94, Sacramento 81. Philly to 6-5, Sacramento to 5-6. Allen Iverson the man. 36 points, 10 assists for Iverson. And Rick Adelman now will have to wait for tomorrow night to get that W on this trip as the Kings take on the Wizards. Now, disappointing second half for Sacramento after they had the 1-point lead. And Allen Iverson and the Sixers just too much to handle tonight. And the final score, Philadelphia 94, Sacramento 80.